It looks like she just harvested this. Maybe that's a good thing. Last time she took me in and put me in that thing that made me dizzy. She called it a salad spinner. I'm looking for a caterpillar. Hey, ladybug, what you doing?
My name is Dottie, and I'm looking for aphids. Who are you?
My name is Manfred.
I take it that you are a bug too?
Yes, I'm a praying mantis.
Ah! Stay over there. My mom warned me about your kind of bugs.
Don't worry, I need a partner to go exploring Miss Gale's garden. You want to go along?
Will you help me find some aphids?
I might if I don't eat them first. Aphids taste pretty good when us praying mantis are younger. I'm looking for a bigger game now, like caterpillars. I think the lemon balm might have a couple of those, judging by the holes in some of the leaves. Not too many holes, but I think she just harvested. Hey, let's go over to the corn. There might be some cornworms there.
That's a long way across the yard. But look, there's her green wagon she pulls around. Let's hitch a ride.
Welcome to Gale's Garden, Herbs and More. I would like to do a little garden video tour for my July garden, the very beginning of July. But my garden is kind of everywhere. So I will start out here in the front. I've got my grapes and flowers, and I've got blueberries, and I've got Malabar. I've got flowers. Nothing's flowering right there at the moment. Some French lavender over there, and just aloe vera in the back by my wheel, and just spider plants and decorative stuff. And over here, I've got a little fern back there by my painted driftwood. I like to sit here in my little glider bench. Sometimes it gets pretty hot, but when it's not too hot. I've got little plants and little herbs places. That's a lemon verbena, and I've got my little snowball bush, which is also cramp bark. I've got some sweet potatoes growing down there. I'm going to be training them up my little homemade trellis out of tomato cages. Another little blueberry plant, and my chickens somehow got the wire down and ate most of my blueberries, as you can see right there. See the little place where the blueberries were? I got one there that they didn't get, one over here they didn't get, and a little tiny bunch there, but they got most of them. And my herb wheel that has all kinds of little different herbs. I got some wonderful chocolate mint out of there, and I pulled it all out, but some of it grew back big, pretty leaves. Made some fantastic chocolate mint water the other day. You just clean some of your mint up like that, stick it in the water, and let it set overnight. And into each day it gets a little stronger, so depending on how strong you like it, the longer you let it sit. But it was so refreshing. Of course, I've got little orchards. These are my apricot orchards, and my little babies over there in the cage, my chihuahuas, let them out for a while. She's in heat, so I can't just let her run. She might get out of the yard. Things are kind of crazy right here because they're building a greenhouse, but I have a little orchard back here. Sorry, it's a mess. We've got stuff laid out. We've got the chicken pen and mainly apple trees. We've got some apricot and olive also back here, and then there's more on the other side of the fence. Okay, we're back up front. More olive trees. We've got lots of olive trees, and the leaves make a great tea. And of course, I've got my gigantic corn. It just keeps growing. Whee! You cannot believe this phone does not do it justice as to how tall it is. The wind keeps blowing. We had another windstorm, so I had some rebar. I'm running out of sticks. I had to pound in there and tie it up. Thankfully, it didn't break off. So last time I lost, as you can see, a little bit of corn and stuff down there. The wind just broke it off, but not too bad. I'm lucky. It wasn't too bad. We've got lots of artichokes growing, and I've been picking black-eyed peas and shelling those. I've got several watermelons. Let's see if we can find them. Okay, there's one hiding in there. Look at those artichokes. Okay, and then I know there's some I haven't found. I've just got a jungle of my marshmallows doing good. There's lettuce down underneath that. Okay, no, there's another one. There's one back in there. Last time I had showed you the sling, the watermelon. It was little and tiny and way up there, and now it's grown down into the sling that I made for it. I've got cucumbers on this side and tomatoes down there in that humongous tomato plant that's growing up. And on the other side of that tomato plant is a zucchini, yellow zucchini, which something has found it and been eating all my zucchini, so I don't have any more zucchini. They chewed on one of my melons a little, and they've been eating the tops off some of my corn. So it's always a battle with something, and of course I've always got little pots of herbs and stuff everywhere. That was holy basil, and over there in that pot is some stevia. I've got a little cage there. I'm just not sure what to put in it. I think it's a squirrel. It's either squirrel or rats, and I'm not sure what to put in it for bait. I need to think of something to put in there and get it in the garden. Of course, along here is part of what I call my wild garden. I've just got a menagerie of things. There's carrots and thyme and tomatoes and Malabar, and had some Malabar up front too. I don't know if I told you about that. Back in the back, my chamomile is about petered out, but I've got another, I'm not sure if that's a broussard or a delicata squash. I don't know. I ate a little tiny asparagus the other day that came up that wasn't a fern. I've had a couple of those now. I don't have enough to make a meal, but I just eat them raw when I'm working out in the garden. And let's go on inside. I've got another, whatever that is. Things died back so many times, and I replanted so many times on squash and cucumbers and stuff. I'm not sure. It's not a cucumber right there. I think it's some sort of a winter squash. Oh, and look. Is that no? Oh, I thought it was a praying mantis, but it's not. I don't know what's going on here. This guy has been flying around all day, so I hadn't heard of a fire around here. Maybe it's PG&E checking the lines because of the high winds and heat that we've had. I don't know. Okay, we will go in through, put this back to normal, into my wild garden area. So all up and down there, I've got stuff everywhere. I mean, just everything and everywhere. Potatoes don't look too good there. I've got potatoes all over the place. Volunteers are coming up now in different places. And I just got a lot of different types of stuff. In there, I planted some wildflowers and a pepper in the middle. Around there, around those berry vines are some blueberries, and then I've just got herbs tucked here and there. Okay, we'll walk up this direction. I've got ginger growing in different pots and different flowers. I've got my pink beans. There's onions and different things in there. My lilac and my self-heal and Armenian cucumbers. I've got fruit trees in here too. I've got all kinds of stuff here. There's all different types of herbs and different stuff in there. Just a menagerie of things. And my Rose of Sharon, my skullcap. I've had 2 harvests off that. Usually you only get 2 in a year. And there's not much of it there. I'd really like it just to start spreading more, but it keeps growing up and flowering, and that's when you harvest skullcap. I'll do a specific video on that one of these days. I've got sweet potatoes there. Oh, I don't know. I've planted so many seeds I've lost track what that is right there. Those 2 pots are spearmint. I've got stevia in here and a pepper plant over behind in that mass of stuff, and a tomato plant over here from that's just from I took a piece off my tomato plant, a sucker. I've got this is a witch hazel bush, and I had showed you this. It was pretty tiny. One of my other videos. It's growing pretty good. My Broussard, or whatever it's called, squash, and Malabar, and green beans, and a sage. Another pepper plant. It's purslane growing wild and a lot of stuff. I picked this and put it in my salads. This is not edible, but it's pretty. When I was working, we had this big, I don't know what you'd call it. We had so many different things we did. But anyway, we had games and different things, and I won the plant. It had grown and grown, but the animals keep breaking it off. So down there is some katuk. Yeah, katuk. I'll do more. I'm kind of late in planting. I just planted and it's already starting to come up. I'll talk more on that later too. I learned about that from Dan's permaculture food forest. I saw that on his, so I got myself some seeds and I'm trying it. I'm real anxious to I've got lots of tomatoes off that little tomato vine right there. I've got to put some more water in my fountain. That wind yesterday, it was so dry and such a high wind. It literally absorbed. It was so dry. It literally absorbed the water out of there and out of the ground. I just watered. A few hours later, the ground was dry. I've got blackberries I've been eating off from every morning with apricots there. My apricots are pretty much gone now, though. Of course, my valerian hasn't grown much. It just doesn't seem to want to grow. And more plants there, and another type of basil, and my chase cherry tree. And I just harvested that yesterday, day before. Yesterday, I think. I've still got a few left on it, and it'll hopefully make some more. No blossoms yet, but these usually don't come out until August here for the elderberry. Okay, it's really dry on the ground. It's not so pretty, all the dry ground, but yeah, I watered this morning, and it's look at that big black thing there. I'm gonna stay away. I've been bit so much lately. Everything's been biting me. But yeah, can you see that big black bug working in there? Yeah, look at him. He's a big old thing. He loves that plant. I see him in there every day. So he likes it. Let's go back out. I've got stuff climbing up to the top. It should have, by July, this should have been full and overdone, but things just didn't, it was so hard to get it to take off this year. But this is my first year in these beds, so I guess I can't complain. And look at my Mr. Stripey tomato plant on the end. I'm really excited about that. I haven't had that since I was in Kentucky, Mr. Stripey tomatoes. Got another one over here. I think that's an ace, if I remember right, and all kinds of peppers. I've got a variety of different types of peppers in here. There's hot on the far end and sweet ones down on this end. Of course, I have just been eating and eating and eating off these lamb's quarters. They're wonderful. I cut them up and put them in scrambled eggs. I put them in soups. I put them in... I cut them up with a bunch of veggies mixed with hamburger meat and made hamburger patties, and they were in there so I'd have greens inside the hamburger patties. Okay, let's go around. We'll walk around here. I've got a little tomato plant there that's just not growing well, and a little basil start. These hot banana peppers are doing good. I've picked several, and I've got several on there. There's Malabar tucked in here and there and everywhere. There's more purslane in there too, and holy basil. There's one okra plant that made it, so I'll probably just have enough okra to eat some while I'm working out in the garden. And the bees have finally found my garden. So this is cantaloupe. Look. I just now found this, showing it to you. It was little and tiny the other day. It's grown so fast. What is that guy doing? He's just circling us. I didn't do anything wrong. I got accosted in town today by two men. I was just shot when I got home. They didn't touch me physically, but people have gone crazy. They have just literally gone crazy. One came at me from one side and pretty soon another man from the other side, but I don't know. They left finally. And the other one came back at me when I was in the store, and I was down and went in by myself, but oh, people be careful out there. People have gone absolutely crazy. Potatoes down there. This plant, all my leaves fell off. I've been watering it, and the ground's still a little bit dry when I water, but I've got another little one down on the other end I missed when I walked by. I hope this doesn't die. It's been a struggle. This plant I've had for, this is my third year, and it's doing this to me. It's just, I don't understand. I really don't. Anybody have any ideas on fig trees and why it would just die on me like that? Look at the leaves. They just fell off. Of course, we did have way in the hundreds for a while, but now it's not. It's only in the 90s now. It's okay. I'm used to the 90s. Maybe my plants aren't. These are, I've been picking a few little lemon cucumbers off from it. I've got other cucumbers too. That's cayenne pepper there. I want to make my own cayenne. I had several plants. Most all of them have died. But some things, and that's the blue cream. I've talked about them before. Look now, I had a hard start with my peppers. I lost a couple plants. But now look how big. It's big as my hand, if not bigger. The leaves. It's doing really well. It's underneath. Look at this one. Look at this leaf. That is a bell pepper leaf. And it's like two of my hands. I've never had bell pepper leaves that big. It ought to give me some good peppers, I'm hoping. But this is another. I think that one's lemon cucumber, and this one is an Armenian. I've got an echinacea starting to bloom down there. Got fennel seed on the other side there. And my sunflower plants, there's another little tomato way over there. So, folks, that's pretty much my garden for July. Hope you enjoyed the tour, and stay away from crazy wild people when you're out and about in town. I'll catch y'all later. God bless now. Give me a thumbs up, please. Bye-bye.